Hello there, and welcome to my celebration review for the 20th anniversary for my favorite film of all time, which I saw in Cinemark XD last night, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And like I said, it's celebrating its 20th anniversary. This is the most influential film that I've ever seen. I remember back in 2005 seeing this movie in, believe it or not, the same auditorium. Now, there wasn't Cinemark XD back then, and it was, regular film projection. But I remember, and obviously now they have reclining chairs and everything. So it's different, but it's the same room. And I remember very well seeing Revenge of the Sith that opening night, and I remember the traffic on the way home. And that experience of seeing that film and bringing it with me my whole entire life and appreciating this movie. And now, as almost a 30-year-old man, enjoying the series is my favorite series of all time. But this film is my ultimate comfort film. And I guess that's a little weird to say because it's probably the darkest Star Wars film. It is the story of Anakin Skywalker making a deal with the devil, and he is seduced to the dark side of the Force. The storyline in this, as the other Star Wars films, including the prequel films, Attack of the Clones, which I just did a review for to anticipate this, the story is extremely well thought out, and you can tell George Lucas knew what he was doing. Some of the dialogue might not be great. Now, the dialogue in the first film, The Phantom Menace, I think has the weakest dialogue of the three. Attack of the Clones, some of the dialogue is rough. Revenge of the Sith, maybe 2 or 3 lines that has, me going, okay, I don't know how I feel about that line. But when I watch this movie, it's not for the dialogue, it's for the immersiveness, it's for the score, it's for the adventure, it's for the entertainment, and it is for the story. I love seeing Anakin Skywalker in the beginning of this film, who hit, people say that his turn to the dark side is so abrupt. Yeah, I'm not buying that. I don't think it's abrupt. His mother dies in the second film. He had visions of her dying, and once she did, something snapped in his brain. And now you get to see him decapitate Count Dooku, with Palpatine being in the chair saying, "Do it!" One of the classic lines. And he does, but he's torn. He says, I shouldn't. It's not the Jedi way, but ultimately turns to the dark side. And that's something that he has done throughout the series, including in the second film, killing the Tusken Raiders after his mother was murdered by them, basically. I loved Hayden Christensen in this movie. And to see him in the film before it started, to introduce the movie and say, this is where the fun begins, enjoy, and may the Force be with you. I thought that almost brought a tear to my eye. Then seeing the opening crawl, I mean, I was just sitting there. It was almost like a religious experience in a certain way. I mean, this was such a profound experience seeing this film again, because I've seen it on DVD, I've seen it on Blu-ray and 4K at home. I've seen it in the best quality at home now, but seeing it in the theater on the big screen, I mean, this is the way that it was intended to be seen when it came out. I mean, in 2005, just imagine this movie coming out, and I can't imagine being lucky enough to see it for the first time. I mean, like I said, going back in 2005, remembering seeing the film. This was the first Star Wars film I've ever seen in a movie theater, and this is the movie that really got me into movies. I would kind of casually watch movies. I was younger back then. I was under 10, but I was not watching movies the same way. After seeing Revenge of the Sith and realizing what could be done with storytelling and visual storytelling, and how beautiful John Williams' score is, and absolutely haunting, how haunting it is. I think this is the reason I fell in love with film scores. It's probably John Williams' score for Revenge of the Sith. There are so many bangers in this soundtrack. Actually, the whole entire soundtrack is a banger. The last, hour of this movie, John Williams' hand must have been on fire. Actual burning flames writing this music on the paper, which he does famously, he writes all his film scores out on pencil and paper still. So to hear that score and to hear Anakin's betrayal, Anakin's dark deeds, Anakin versus Obi-Wan, Battle of the Heroes, the immolation scene, the birth of the twins and Padme's destiny, all of those tracks, to hear them in this format was an experience that I'm going to continue to take with me. And you have so many iconic moments in this film as well. The hello there, the do it, and then of course the Battle of the Heroes, which I think is the greatest fight to ever be put to cinema. Intercut with the Yoda versus Palpatine fight, I think it's about 13 minutes. The Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight on its own, I think, is about 7 minutes. It is the most breathtaking, exciting battle I've ever seen. John Williams' score, the Mustafar backdrop, which is one of my favorite planets of Star Wars. It is so multi-layered, and the depth and complexity of this place is something really special. There's an interview that George Lucas did, I think it might have been with CNN, I don't know, but he said that he takes us to hell at the end of this film, and that's basically what he does. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. The power of the dark side is totally just bleeding through this film. Can we just talk about the sequence that Anakin and Padme have? They're not even in the same room, but it's this beautiful, haunting, intense, and beautiful and tragic in many ways as you see Padme and Anakin get up and look across the Coruscant sky. It's just a really powerful scene. And my friend Joseph has said his favorite scene in the film was the scene where Vader is risen on the table. But I have so much that I want to showcase to you guys. Just memorabilia and stuff that I have, for Revenge of the Sith and from Revenge of the Sith that I'm going to show you guys now. So first, I want to just get my rating out. I don't think this is a 5 out of 5 star film. After the opening Battle of Coruscant, I've always said, until the scene when Anakin kills Mace Windu, the movie isn't slow. It's just not as quickly paced as that first 20 minutes or that last hour of the movie. So Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, gets a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you, George Lucas. And thank you to the MVPs of this film. Samuel Jackson as Mace Windu, who always knew that there was something up until the very end. I think John Williams is certainly an MVP. Ian McDiarmid as Emperor Palpatine is having the most fun in this film, and he is so fun to watch, and he's terrific in this movie. Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, really coming and bringing the physicality, and of course, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think those are the MVPs of the film. I love watching the behind-the-scenes DVD bonus features, or I guess they're even on the 4K now, of just the making of it. There's an hour documentary of, within a minute, the making of just a certain scene, but it kind of shows how the whole film was made. I think that's a great documentary. Let's get on to the goodies, guys. Here we go. As I already showed you this, it's not like a ton of stuff, but it's a few things that I want to show you guys. First, I've got action figures from 2005. Never opened. They're still sealed. And I've only got 4. I had more from the Phantom Menace, but I've got more other stuff for Revenge of the Sith. So we've got Dooku. I have Yoda. And then I have 2 more. I have Anakin Skywalker. And finally, Mace Windu. So I don't have an Obi-Wan action figure. I mean, I used to have practically the whole set when I was younger, but I think half those either got lost or thrown away. But so these are also action figures, but when I got them, they were in like these crazy special boxes. And they're the Mustafar Duel action figures with the lava reflection for Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, I mean, pretty cool. I don't know. I found these on eBay and had to get them. So, I mean, the artwork is nice. The box art's nice. So, I don't know. And then next, we have a thing I got for my birthday, which is not this year, but a couple years ago I got it for my birthday. It's worth over $200 now. It's the Duel on Mustafar Funko Pop. This was released years ago. Could have even been released in 2015, to be honest with you. I don't know. But this is something that I keep up on the top of the shelf, and I look at it occasionally. This is another Target exclusive action figure. It's the Saga collection. I guess it's not even a Revenge of the Sith line, but it is from Revenge of the Sith. It's General Grievous, the demise of Grievous. That's an action figure. Yeah. How cool is that? I have three more things to show you. Of course, it's the 4K Steelbook. This is a Zavi 4K Steelbook for the film. Finally, the anniversary buckets. We've got the 20th anniversary popcorn bucket and soda cup. So I hope it's been an experience for you. Let me know. Did you enjoy rewatching the film in theaters? What's your thoughts? What's your favorite Star Wars movie? You know, is it Revenge of the Sith? I have Revenge of the Sith, and I got Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope. Those are my top 3 films of all time. So, guys, you can follow me on Twitter and/or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for the 20th anniversary of Star Wars, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And until next time, over and out.